I never imagined my life would spiral into such chaos, but sometimes love blinds us more deeply than darkness itself. My name is Noah, 32 years old, a career woman with a decade-long climb to success. In the corporate world, I was respected, a department manager who had carved her way through relentless dedication. Yet in matters of the heart, I was naive, vulnerable, and desperately hopeful. This is the story of how my search for love led me into the cruelest deception, and how betrayal forced me to reclaim my life. My love story began innocently enough. At a friend's dinner party, I met Matthew, a man whose disarming smile and warm eyes pulled me in immediately. We were the same age, both ambitious, both craving companionship after years of solitude. Our conversations flowed easily, filled with laughter and sparks of shared dreams. In time, friendship turned into courtship. Then came the heartfelt confession, the stolen kisses, the promises whispered under starlight. When he proposed, I believed I had found the partner I had been waiting for all my life. His family welcomed me warmly. His mother embraced me, tears glistening as she said, "I can't believe such a beautiful, strong woman is marrying my son." His father nodded approvingly, praising my work at a prestigious company. It felt like a fairy tale. Unlike the horror stories my friends told of mothers-in-law demanding wives to quit their jobs, Matthew's family seemed modern and supportive. I thought myself lucky. After our wedding, Matthew moved into my apartment, and our days brimmed with the sweetness of newlywed life. I would rush home to him after work, and he, in turn, filled our home with affection. For 6 months, it was bliss. Then one evening, Matthew spoke with unusual seriousness. "Noah, I've been thinking, my parents are getting old. I'd like us to live with them." I hesitated. My own parents were cared for by my brother, but Matthew was an only child. His worry was genuine, and his suggestion reasonable. He proposed renovating his parents' house into a 2-family home. Ours upstairs, theirs downstairs. Though apprehensive, I agreed. After all, his parents had been nothing but kind to me. But then Matthew revealed something that shattered my calm. There's something else. We're in debt, about $150,000. The number hit me like a thunderclap. I stared at him stunned. "I never told you because I didn't want to scare you away," he continued, his eyes bleeding. "My parents tried, but they can't manage. Noah, will you help us? If you really love me, please, help me protect them." My heart twisted. Love makes fools of us all, and I was no exception. Against every rational thought, I agreed. I liquidated a portion of my savings, $30,000 up front, and set up installments for the rest. To simplify matters, I transferred money directly into the repayment account, bypassing my in-laws' hands. His parents wept with gratitude, thanking me endlessly. My husband clutched my hands, whispering, "You saved us, Noah. You saved me." I tried to ignore the pang in my chest when they called me their blessing. Was I truly a daughter to them, or just a golden goose? Still, I pressed on. We renovated the house, moving into a beautiful new space. My in-laws were jubilant, Matthew beamed, and I convinced myself it was worth it. But slowly, cracks widened. Matthew contributed nothing toward the debt, claiming his salary was too meager. He refused to show me his pay slips, dodging my questions. While I worked late nights and weekends, he laughed, relaxed, and enjoyed the home I was breaking myself to provide. Yet I endured, because I loved him. One evening, fate intervened. I finished work early and hurried home, planning to surprise Matthew with dinner. But as I entered, I heard voices in the living room. Matthew, his mother, and his father. Their tones were light, laughing. "You really did well, Matthew," his father chuckled. "Snaring a woman with that much money? Clever." "I was cautious at first," Matthew replied smugly. "But once I knew she worked for a big company, I reeled her in." My breath caught. "And now she's paying our debts and even gave us a new house," his mother added gleefully. "You couldn't have done better." "Don't worry," Matthew said with a laugh. Once she's finished paying everything, I'll get rid of her. Then I'll find someone else. Their laughter rang in my ears like knives. I froze at the doorway, every word searing itself into my chest. The man I loved, the family I sacrificed for, they had played me like a fool. When I finally composed myself, I slammed the door loudly and called out, "I'm home." They greeted me with smiles, as though their venomous words had never left their lips. I smiled back. But inside, I was already plotting. For 3 months, I played the role of the doting wife. I cooked, laughed, shared evenings with Matthew, and even pretended to rejoice when I paid off the last of their debt. In reality, I had withheld a portion, creating the illusion of full repayment while keeping leverage in my hands. Then, Matthew struck first. He sat me down, his face solemn. "Noah, I need to tell you something. I've fallen for someone else. I want a divorce. She'll move in here with me, and you can go live with my parents. You can stay on as breadwinner or housekeeper if you like." His words dripped with arrogance. His parents entered just then, grinning, backing his cruel proposal. I stared at them, silent. Then I laughed. A sound sharp enough to cut glass. "You all seem to have forgotten something," I said. "This house is in my name. I paid for the renovation. I own it. Which means you leave, not me." Their faces drained of color. "And by the way," I added coolly, "that $90,000 debt you thought I paid off? Still outstanding. You owe every penny." Matthew stammered, panic rising. His affair, the alimony, the looming debt, it all closed in on him. His parents trembled, their empire of lies collapsing. I left them no escape. My lawyer handled the divorce, securing alimony from Matthew and compensation from his mistress. I demanded repayment from my in-laws for every cent I had covered, and I sold the house, fetching a handsome profit. By the end, I walked away, not broken, but stronger, richer in both money and wisdom. People ask if I regret it all. I don't. Betrayal cuts deep, but it also awakens you. Matthew and his parents returned to their pit of debt, stripped of their masks. As for me, I embraced my freedom, my career, my independence. I vowed never again to mistake flattery for love or sacrifice for loyalty. I invested wisely, built my assets, and surrounded myself with people who valued me, not my bank account. Life had tested me brutally, but in surviving, I found myself. And in that discovery, I won.